So here at Rozynski, I'm exploring ceramics, and I've done ceramics for about 5.5 years. I started in my MFA program at Concordia University. But before that, my grandmother was always obsessed with ceramics. She would be making so many vessels, and it was something that I always remember and associate with her. So it has a really nostalgic quality to me. And when I was looking to make sculptures or make my drawings into sculptures, ceramics just felt like the most familiar thing. I think what I wanted to try to do was put my drawings in a situation where it would be less predictable. But I've also always been fascinated with framing. I mean, in my regular drawing practice, I draw frames, which are then framed. So this idea of framing, boundaries, barriers, it has a lot to do with my attraction that I depict in like arenas, fortresses, bubbles. So I think the framed drawings that are ceramic was a way for me to bring my drawings into that physical sense, or sort of expand upon that. It will be very interesting to see how they hang together. Sometimes there are things that you don't really know how they're going to work out. So color and pattern are just such a huge part of the way that I consider space in drawings. Just because I use color in a nostalgic way. I really like bright colors. I like colors to feel like they're almost childish. Maybe something that is less... There's a lot of like stereotypes or feelings around color. We have muted colors, we have like neutral tones, and they make us feel a certain way. The seriousness of like a white cube space that is a gallery, there is this sense of neutrality. I am interested in sort of smashing colors together for it to be disorienting, for it to maybe mislead a narrative. If I have like an extremely serious or violent image, I like to sometimes use color to turn the narrative on its head in a way, to kind of disrupt the language of the line. So it's sort of like the unpredictable wild card of my practice, formally speaking. I like it to be a disruptor. Midnight Maps, as a title, I am fascinated by maps. I'm fascinated by the idea of journey, the idea of progression, the idea of like almost a Sisyphean progression at times where things are repeated. And so the Midnight Maps was kind of a take on that, but a little bit shrouded in uncertainty. You'd always hope for daylight when you're out on a journey. Midnight Maps has to do with more this feeling of not knowing if you're going backwards or forwards, much like you would feel if you were in darkness. I think midnight is also sort of a mystical time. It's not a time when we are awake. It's more mysterious. So I like this idea of having a logical key, like a map, that is perhaps not entirely known to me or to the viewer. Things that inspire me, medieval etchings. I think there's a lot of reference to that in my work. I really like fantasy novels. I like sci-fi. I like anything that really takes the time to create a different atmosphere that has different laws and different ways of being, different characters, different humanoids, you know, anything like that really catches my attention. I really like poetry as well, because it always has like a different perspective on something that we might come in contact with every day. Yeah, I enjoy music. I'm really enjoying jazz right now. Meditation is a huge part of my practice, especially recently, especially in Rozynski. It's like super easy because it's so quiet here. It's easy to meditate. And that always really, it's just become a part of my life as far as making work too.